Hi, I'm Heather Clark. I'm the Senior Minister of the Center for Spiritual Living in San Clemente, California. And it is my honor to introduce the Financial Freedom Academy that we, Centers for Spiritual Living, are doing inaugurally this April 19th to 21st, and to have a conversation with Clif Christopher, who's one of our major speakers. Clif, many of you know, is an author of several books that we've been reading in our communities, Rich Church, Poor Church, and Whose Offering Plate Is It Anyway? He is the president of Horizon Stewardship, and he's an ordained minister and has been an ordained minister since 1975. So Cliff, welcome. So happy that you're with us today. And is there anything in your bio that I left out that you'd like to emphasize before we go on?
No, that sounds fine. I guess you could have added, I'm the grandfather of 8 grandchildren. So there you go.
Very important part to add, absolutely.
That's right.
So the first question I have, I've noticed over the 24 years I've been in ministry that many of my colleagues, including myself, have difficulty really just having conversations about money. And what is your opinion about that, and how will the Financial Academy help us?
Well, you're absolutely right that the vast majority of clergy are uneasy in discussing money. And part of that is that it is nowhere to be found in their training to be ministers. Just this morning, I had a seminary professor on the phone, and he thought he was agreeing with me. And he said, I teach all our students that when it comes to money, you'd better just let the lay people talk about it. Stay away from that, or you'll be out hunting for a new job.
Whoa.
And how sad, that really was. Not only do, in most cases, they hear nothing about the relationship of faith and money. In this case, this professor was encouraging them to do nothing in regards to faith and money. And I found that rather sad. So yes, the academy was created with that understanding that our clergy have so little training, thus they're very uncomfortable in addressing the topic. And we wanted to give them that training that they'll feel more at ease and put money into the conversation with faith.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. That sounds great. What about a brand new minister who's been maybe in his or her pulpit for a year or less? Mm-hmm. What would they get out of the academy?
I think probably the most consuming thing they'll take away is that their fear is lessened about how to work with it. They're going to learn a lot about a number of topics, from how you deal with banks and loans and bonds, to how you talk about it, how you teach it, a theology of it, how a capital campaign works, how planned giving works, how you merge that with annual funds. All of those things will be addressed to where the comfort level of a minister should be enhanced considerably in working with that in their community.
Excellent. That'll be so good. So speaking of capital campaigns, our center has been planning a solar project, which is going to cost us about $135,000. So far, we've raised $8,000. Will I and my board have some answers at the academy?
Well, you're just a hundred and so short, right?
Indeed.
I'm sure you're hoping for some answers, because right now what you've done hasn't worked as well as it sounded like you would like for it to. I certainly think you would find answers, and one of the things I would probably add quickly is that the thought, a capital campaign, we're talking about millions here, or you don't do it. No, the process of a capital campaign could be a few weeks long. It could be a few months long. It's in relationship to one's budget and the size of their community. you probably needed a much larger effort than you launched. Obviously, things needed to be done differently. You certainly would learn some new ways of going about acquiring those funds, I think, than where you were. I would hope so. I would hope so.
Thank you. I'm looking forward to it. So what are
Just
the...
cut me in on a part once we get all the money.
So what other things will people benefit? How else will people benefit by coming to the Academy?
Well, the Academy is going to be multi-days long, and in part of the advantage of that over other teaching opportunities that I have had when I've worked with Centers for Spiritual Living is that the participants are going to have a chance to interact not only with me, but with other stewardship professionals who are going to be there throughout the day and night. We're all going to be there together. And some of that interaction, the opportunity for one-on-one discussion, can be pretty dynamic. The other thing that'll come out of it after participants have gone through, they'll be plugged into a series of webinars going through the year and opportunities to continue learning about faith and money's relationship for another 10, 11 months, which is going to be very valuable.
Indeed, it is going to be very valuable to have the follow-up webinars. So thank you for making that point. That's excellent. Let me see, is there anything else that what are we missing here?
Well, they just need to get signed up. I know that there's a limited space in the hotel, and we need to get people signed up and committed and going to be a part. This is the launching of an endeavor that, as I understand it from talking to leaders within the community, that they want to have ongoing each and every year to raise this awareness and understanding again about the connection of faith and money. This is the first of what we hope will be many, and you don't want to miss part one.
Indeed, I'm certainly in for part one. And for those of who haven't, or maybe they've already registered, I think that it's important to know that this isn't just for ministers. It would be very valuable to bring some lay leaders with you, board members or assistant ministers, etc. What's your thought about that?
Oh, I think absolutely. There's huge value in the team approach. It is very difficult to move forward on a cultural change within our churches. And that's what I'm going to talk a lot about, how we need to really change the way we do stewardship. It's always easier to move forward on change when you're doing it as a team versus one person who then has to interpret everything back to the congregation. So having a minister there with one or two additional leaders within that church can be invaluable in moving things forward.
Thank you. I do believe that is so. So we encourage people to, if they're already enrolled, to consider enrolling a couple of their board members or practitioners, other ministers. And we do that by going to ourcsl.org and enrolling for the Financial Freedom Academy. The dates again are April 19th through 21st, and it's going to be located at the Sheraton Denver West in Lakewood, Colorado. So I know that people are going to have an excellent time, and as you said, space is limited in the hotel, so we want everybody to be able to stay together. Those evening conversations are so enlivening. And I know that we hear that after every convention. We didn't have enough time with our colleagues. So what you're saying is they're going to have lots of time between and after sessions to have discussions with their colleagues. Is that correct?
With their colleagues and with various professionals in the stewardship arena. You bet.
Excellent. So is there anything else that you would like to add, Clif?
No, I'm excited about coming and being in Denver with everybody. This will make I'm trying to remember now, the third or fourth time that I've had a chance to be a part of CSL in a national way, and it's been a real joy, been a real treat every time. And you all are a bunch of fun folks. And I'm looking forward to having fun and learning together.
Thank you. And we're looking forward to having you as one of our major speakers at our academy. It's going to be such an excellent event. So once more, I encourage people to enroll other people in their communities. And if they haven't yet enrolled, to do so right now. Go to ourcsl.org and enroll. Thank you so much, Clif.
Thank you, Heather. It's good to talk to you. Bye now.
Bye.